Hey, this is Joel McDonald with Just Get Out of Town, and we're just finishing up a family dinner, and it hit me that we have a very unique opportunity. In the small business world, they have something called eating your own dog food. And what that means is the companies use their own product. They consume their own product, and they do it religiously all the time. So for example, my wife and I have taken over a dozen trips. We've done Turks and Caicos for $96. We've done Cabo for $110.
Aruba
Aruba was $192. I once took my kids on a spontaneous trip for $41 to Houston. We then hopped on a cruise, and that was one of the first JGOOT type trips.
New York City in the fall.
That's right, that was $11. Another example, Hawaii. Michelle really wanted to go to Hawaii. I really didn't want to pay $1,300. So we used our backup plan and we went for $22. So those are just a few that we can think of. We visited friends in Detroit, $77. So it's a real thing. It's the way we always travel. There are two different strategies that we use. There's your typical trip alerts, which are the deals we find as a part of our paid service. And then there are backup plan trips. Those are typically our sub $100 trips. So that's us. That's our family. We also have my parents here. We've got Bruce and Stormy, and we're just finishing up dinner. And they've taken both types of trips. You guys went to
Athens, remember? We went to Athens, Greece. Always wanted to go there, and it was such a good deal, we couldn't pass it up. So we were just waiting for the trip alerts to come by with a place that really was appealing for us. And to get to Athens, Greece, and back for under $500, that's a pretty good find.
Cool.
It was great.
And so that one, that was you planned it a few months in advance, not a last minute fare.
Right. We planned far enough ahead so that we can plan our other activities around the trip, because the trip becomes the important thing for that time period.
So
How about Raleigh? We went to Raleigh, Durham to visit family there for, how much was it?
$97.
$97. That's not a bad fare. And it allowed us to spend some time with family that we wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. We've got a trip to Seattle coming up. It's kind of a backup plan trip. Is that what you'd call it when she goes for $11?
Yeah. So
with me.
So quick thing about that. So that's a backup plan. Those first two trips are trip alerts that you watch for. You wait for the right thing. You see if it fits your schedule. You take advantage. Seattle is a backup plan trip, so you're using credit card points. So you're going to go for a total of.
I don't remember how many points it is.
It's
But the
Southwest
$11 cash
Yeah.
with the Southwest Companion Pass is how that works. And so the taxes and fees amount on that trip to $11. That's Seattle. We went to Long Beach the month after that. We went to Raleigh, Durham another time. We just got back from Richmond, Virginia.
Went to
Would
Nashville.
you like to go around? Oh yeah, Nashville. That was a great trip.
So all of those were trips that you looked at the cash price, you didn't like the cash price, so you dipped into your stash of points.
Once or twice, it's better to spend the cash. So what you do is what you told us to do. Is you look at the cash, you look at the points, and you just decide which one's more advantageous, and that's easy to do.
So that's an example of more eating dog food. We're not eating dog food tonight, we had dessert. But so that was maybe a year after Michelle and I started traveling that way. You guys kind of said, hey, what's this travel thing you guys are doing? Then, another year later, took a while to catch on, but maybe like 6 months ago, this is my Indiana mom and dad. And so Yvonne here called me maybe 6 or 8 months ago and said, yeah, I've been reading your blog and thinking about that travel thing. Can you tell me more about it? And so you had hesitation.
Yeah.
You've always thought changing credit cards is a big hassle.
Around credit cards, yeah.
So we had maybe a 10 or 15 minute conversation. You hung up, went and did your thing, and how long was it before you had?
I was thinking it'd probably be 2 or 3 hours, and that would be my evening. And I think within 5 minutes I was approved, had my credit card, good to go. And then we were able to use the points in December to come out here and visit our 2 daughters and their families for Christmas, and it cost us nothing.
And so that's the key here. This isn't something that you can just snap your fingers and make happen. It takes advanced planning. So you got your credit card points, you saved them for a rainy day, you decided you wanted to come in December, which is the most expensive time ever to travel to Denver. And but 3 or 4 months after you did that, you came for $11.
Right, no, well, not even
Oh,
that,
that's
because
right.
I had an extra $75 I could spend with that credit card, so they paid for my taxes, our taxes.
Cool.
That's right.
So there you have it. There's an example of, or the best example I have for my small little company of eating your own dog food. Thanks for joining us. Happy travels.
Woof.